Hi all, and welcome to week 6. So this week will be very similar to week 4. We're starting your final paper that you'll be writing for the class, and this week we will just shift gears to writing argumentative papers, but they will still be research papers. They'll be very similar to the ones that you just wrote. The only difference is that they will be longer, but the skills that you've learned so far are the same skills you're going to use in this paper. You're just practicing the same thing over again, but it'll be longer. So first of all here, I've graded your research papers. You can go in just like the other 2 times and see the, just like with the literacy narrative rather, and see the feedback that I've given you. If you have any questions about the feedback, you can ask those right here in the Ask a Question About Your Draft assignment. But look over your feedback that I've given you personally on your paper. If you can't see it, let me know. And then watch the career paper feedback video that I've included here. It goes over what my expectations are for the paragraphs and the citations and stuff like that. Common mistakes that people make. Not all of these will apply to your paper, so make sure you go over your personal feedback first. Once you've done that, you'll do that ask a question about your draft assignments. Make sure to turn those in by Wednesday at midnight so that I can give you answers to them and you can follow up by fixing up your papers. Next, this is the argument paper assignment sheet. So, old David will explain this in more detail than I will. But basically, the argument paper, what I'm looking for you to do is write a 1,000 to 1,500 word MLA style essay arguing about a subject of your choice. And this does not have to be a subject that has to do with your field of study. That is a totally optional thing you can do if you want to argue about a topic like that. That is totally okay, and that would be probably the most constructive thing that you could do with this paper. Use it as an opportunity to learn about whatever it is that you're going to study out in the world. But you can also write about something that you're just passionate about outside of school, like which superhero franchise is better, which athlete is better, which car company is better, which painter, musician, author, video game series, book, whatever you personally are interested in. The only restrictions that I have, we're going to stay away from spicy political topics like the wars and Trump and COVID and whatever the new versions of all of that stuff are. But everything else is fine. Milder stuff like the need for more nurses or police or electricians or better pay or education or representation or something like that is fine too. If you want to legalize certain substances, you can argue for that. That's a popular topic. If you think LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, that's a popular topic too. I am perfectly happy reading a paper about that. What you need to do, though, is make sure that you pick a topic that is arguable. So it needs to be something that isn't too obvious, and it needs to be something that has 2 sides to it, and then you can talk about objectively. Okay, so I don't want to repeat everything that old David is going to explain. So watch the video old David has here, and he'll go through it more. Once you have read over that, there is a brainstorming discussion that you will have, where by Thursday at midnight, you will create a post responding to each of these 3 questions. Same things as before. I'm just asking you to look into some topics that could totally be that could turn into your actual paper. So talk about something you have a strong opinion about. Pick something that can be argued about. Try and write a paragraph. this could be in your field of study. This could be something that has nothing to do with your field of study. Either way is fine. Then I'm going to ask you to try to find a source for each side of this. So find a source online that you can use for your topic, skim through it, give a short summary and a hyperlink, just like we did with the research paper. And then finally, find one source that online that disagrees with you on this issue. So for a good topic, you need to have something that you can argue both sides of, and there needs to be people that disagree with you. So find somebody out there that does disagree with you, include a hyperlink and a short summary for that as well. And then part 2, respond to at least 3 of your peers by Sunday that have posted these about their topics, and talk about directions that they could take this, or if you know of points that they could make or something, give them some help or tell them what you found really interesting about what they posted. All right. Next, there are some samples, just like we did before. Here are 2 sample papers. So read over these. Both of these are a little longer, I think, than what I'm asking you to write. But yeah, read these 2 sample papers and just answer the 3 questions that I have here about them. What argument is the author making? What points does the author use to support their main idea? So what are they talking about in the body paragraphs? What counter argument does the author use to show the other side's point of view? That's an important point of an argumentative paper, is you have to have a counter argument. You have to show what someone who disagrees with your points would say. So both of these have all 3 of these. Make sure you can answer all of these questions about each one. Finally, okay, not finally, but you'll have next to find some sources. I didn't post the video this time, but if you need to, you can go back and watch the video in week 4 that covers how to find sources. It's 35 minutes long. I don't want to re-record it. So go back to week 4 if you want more clarification on how to do this again, or you need to see how to go through it again. But I'm not asking you to do all the same steps this time. Find 2 sources on Google that support your topic. Create works cited citations for each of those in Google Docs. The video in week 4 shows you how to go through all of that. And then use Google Scholar and the techniques discussed in class. Find at least one source that you can use in your research. So this wouldn't end up being, so that'll give you 3 sources. And then for the last part, using either of the methods above, find somebody that disagrees with you. So you should end up with 4 sources altogether. 2 from Google, and 1 from Google Scholar, and 1 more. And the last one should be something you can use in your counter argument. For each one, you're going to make bibliography entries just like we did with the research paper that have works cited citations and brief summaries and discussions of credibility and relevance. And then, just like again in week 4, you're going to create an outline for your argument paper, where you will need to first brainstorm pros and cons that are talked about in the articles that you have found. You don't want to make up sides of this argument that you're not going to have evidence for. So you should first look through your sources and find what those people are arguing, so that you know you will have something to back up what you're saying. Next, you will come up with a thesis statement, and then you will create an outline where you will come up with points and counterpoints, and then find some pieces of evidence from the articles that you have that you can slot into each of those points. All right. So lots to do, lots of work to do this week. Go ahead and get to it, guys. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next one.